Hey traders from around the world, welcome to this video and presentation entitled How to Trade Futures and Forex with Other People's Money. The information in this video is really one of a kind and the offer is exceptional. This is something that I've really never come across before until now. So bottom line, here's the thing. If you want to trade Forex or if you want to trade futures, you need to watch this video, because there are thousands of dollars right here in the stratosphere of the markets waiting to be given to you that you can trade with no risk to you, right? You're gonna actually risk other people's money. And if you lose, you're losing their money. They're putting their faith in you. They're hiring you as a trader, and you have to go through what's called a combine. It's actually a trading simulator so that you can prove to them that you can follow rules, that you can be disciplined, and then that you can do a guideline approach where it comes to trading, very step-by-step process, because they have certain rules that you cannot break and certain things that you need to do. Anyway, we're going to talk about that in this presentation. It's going to be an absolutely electrifying event and presentation. Tune in. Let me know if you have any questions. My email address is jeremy@reallifetrading.com. I'll be happy to chat with you about what's going on in this particular event. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you guys rock. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, welcome to your highly anticipated, keenly awaited edition of the Top Step Traders program, where myself and my good friend Kevin Adamick, we discuss what the trading combine is, what Top Step Trader is, how it works, how you can receive access of other people's money to trade both futures and Forex. I met Kevin, actually I was at the Money Show in Chicago a few months hence, as they say in Shakespeare land. And I wanted to give you all an introduction to this gentleman that I met at the offices in person. I actually shook his hand. I felt like I should have gotten a signature, but this guy is a really wonderful person. He's been working with Top Step Trader for a long time now and has worked with thousands of traders. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him the floor. I'll be in the background answering any questions. If you need anything at any point in time, let me know. Kevin, take it away.
Thank you, Jeremy, for that great introduction. And thank you, everybody, for taking the time to be here today to learn about Top Step Trader. And we're going to go over what Top Step Trader provides within the trading world, how you can earn a funded account and take advantage of our opportunity. We'll talk about who we are, where we started from, and look at some of the key performance metrics that you need to meet in order to earn a funded account. And we'll also show you how to best accomplish those things and look at several success stories from traders and talk about the 4 keys to success. If you have questions, feel free to type them into the questions box. We'll be able to answer the questions after the presentation, and we hope that you stick around towards the end. In about 30 minutes or so, we're going to provide everybody with a special offer. So again, feel free to type questions. We'll answer majority of the questions towards the end. We provide that special offer. And this presentation is being recorded, so you'll all receive a recording and an email tomorrow. First, a risk disclosure. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risks. Must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy, sell futures, stocks, or options on the same. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed in this document. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, Top Step Trader is a US-based company located in Chicago, Illinois, founded in 2012. The firm was started by a group of Chicago Mercantile Exchange pit traders with the goal of finding, developing, and funding traders. Our program, called the Trading Combine, helps traders improve and finances them with money to trade once they complete the program. Today, there are thousands of traders in the program trading online from over 160 different countries. Let's go over who I am. My name is Kevin Adamick. Like Jeremy said, I work here in Chicago at Top Step Trader. I've been involved with trading since 1994. I'm getting close to 25 years now. After college, I started out as a runner at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange in 1994. I knew that I wanted to be a trader, so I worked my way up. I was a runner, then a clerk, then a phone clerk, then an arbitrage clerk, then as a broker and a trader. You know, I successfully traded on a seat for over 10 years at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and the Chicago Board of Trade. You know, like you guys, I've traded a lot of different markets, futures, equities, ETFs, Forex, options, binary options. But when I started out, I was a runner making $12,000 a year. You know, I worked 2 jobs for many years to save up enough money to have a trading account. So I understand, you know, some of the frustration of wanting to trade and sometimes not being able to, because a lot of the exchanges and the brokers out there want you to put up a large amount of capital or cash, or because putting up your own capital is sometimes scary and you might feel more comfortable and confident trading with somebody else's money. So I understand that there's a problem, and that's kind of what we're going to talk about here today. Top Step Trader has a program called the Trading Combine that helps traders improve and backs them with money to trade once they finish our program. Top Step Trader will finance you to trade if you can pass a 2-step evaluation, thereby completing the Trading Combine program. So what's the problem that traders and investors face in the financial industry, particularly in the retail space? Well, you can have the best trading system, strategy, methodology, the best algorithm in the world, along with the desire to succeed. And it might not matter if you don't have the capital to trade it or to scale it. If you don't have the funds to trade with, then you might be sitting on the sidelines. And that's where Top Step Trader comes in. We provide the solution to that problem in the retail trading world. And the way we do that is through a 2-step evaluation process that we call the Trading Combine. Now, this is a real-time simulated account where your performance is being evaluated for funding for a real funded account with our money. Now, these have different risk parameters that we'll go over, but let's first go over the steps for our Trading Combine. Step 1 is a real-time simulated account where you prove to us that you can trade. Step 2 is where you show us you can manage risk. Now, if you can complete these 2 steps, then you'll earn a funded account with our firm. You know, we give you an account to trade in for steps 1 and 2, and as long as you follow our rules, you can trade it however you want, your style. So here's an example. We give you a real-time simulated account with $50,000 in it, ask you to make $3,000. Okay, great. Your account's at $53,000. You've passed step 1. You're now in step 2. Okay, we ask you to do it again to prove your consistency. Make another $3,000. Now that you've done that, you're in the funded account trading with real money, which is our money, and your upside is unlimited. You can make as much money as you want, and we take the risk. Now, you don't have to be the best trader in the world to get to the funded account stage. You just need to be profitable. So that part is simple. Let's go over the rules that you have to follow and the parameters of the account. Now, this same information is available on our site. If you go to topsteptrader.com and go to our Learn How page, we offer 4 different account parameters and 4 different size accounts. So the parameters vary depending on the size of the account. There's a 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, 150,000. Now, there are different profit targets and thresholds in each of the 4 different trading combines. Now, in the $50,000 account, we can use this as an example here throughout. So this is the 50K or $50,000 account, and here are the rules. So your maximum position size is 5 contracts or 5 lots or basically 5 units. That means you can have at the most 5 contracts on across all products at one time. So if you buy 3 contracts of crude oil and sell 2 contracts of gold, that's 5 contracts. You can't have on any more until you liquidate some of those. Now, you can break those 5 contracts up however you want, but the computer only allows you to trade 5 contracts total in this account. Next, we have the daily loss limit, which is the most you can trade. It's the most that you can lose intraday. And again, I repeat that. That is the most that you can lose intraday. Now, this is calculated or based off your unrealized net profit and loss. So your unrealized net P&L measures where your account balance is presently and where you are in the market, whether you've closed the trade or not. So if you're in a trade and it touches the daily limit, you've broken a rule and you're not eligible for review. So in this example, you can't lose more than $1,000 in any single day. Basically, it's important for you to place stops and get out of your positions before you touch your daily loss limit. Next is the max drawdown or maximum drawdown, which is really like an overall loss limit. You add up all your losses and that total is the overall loss limit. Now, this is also a trailing max drawdown, which means it's going to trail your high water mark, which is the most that you've made in the account. So for example, in the 50K account, you have a $2,000 max drawdown. So when you start out the account with 50,000, you can't go under 48,000 for the account. The trailing part refers to that threshold going up from 48,000 as you're profitable in the account. The max drawdown threshold does not go higher than 50,000. So basically your trailing max drawdown goes up or trails you as you make money in the account. Let's take a look at a chart where the blue line is your account balance and the red line is the trailing max drawdown. Okay, so you start out with 50,000. On day one, you make $1,000 and your trailing max drawdown threshold is now 49,000. It's a difference of $2,000 here. So don't go below 49,000 from now on. Day two, your balance is up to 51,500. Your threshold level is 49,500. From now on, don't go below 49,500. Now, the next day, you have a losing day. For whatever reason, you lose $1,000. Now, the difference between these is about $1,000, okay? The lowest your account can go is still 49,500. So your trailing max drawdown is about the same. The red line moved out. The red line basically moved up. So once the red line moves up, it'll never move back down. That way you don't go back down. You and your account are always moving up, up, up. And then once your account is above this 52,000 level, your max drawdown flatlines at the $50,000 level where you started the account at. So this is the lowest your account can go, this $50,000 level. That way, you know, you have more breathing room. The amount that you can lose elongates. So as you progress, the max drawdown level goes up, but that red line or max drawdown threshold level will always be in between 48,000 and 50,000 for the 50K account. So going back to our parameters, next is the profit target that you need to make for the account. Profit target is about a 6% return for each of these different accounts. Doesn't matter the size of the account, we want to see a 6% return. Now you have as much time as you need to reach the profit target. So in the 50K account, basically when your account goes from 50,000 to 53,000, you've passed step one. And then next is the price per month. That is the amount that you would pay. Basically, that is the cost to be evaluated. You know, that cost is going to vary depending on the account size. The 50K account is $165. Now there's several components to this. Number one, this cost includes your data fees and the trading combine, use of our software and trading platform. Number two, you know, we're a business. We have overhead, salaries, technology, staff, insurance, normal business costs, etc. And the third part, which is most important, is that the cost of the program makes it very interesting. You know, when you put up $165, you have something at stake. You have some skin in the game. It makes it very real to you. You know, you're going to take the program seriously. When we started the program out, you know, really in 2010, and then we incorporated it in 2012, we gave away the program for free, and people would blow out all the time because they didn't care. But then once they had a little money at stake, they took the program seriously because it was like a real trading environment, and then more individuals were able to pass the evaluation. So that's the dollar amount you'd pay to be in the program. That's the cost you pay per month until you meet the objective or cancel the account. And then once you pass step 1 and 2, you no longer pay that subscription cost when you're in the funded account. And another aspect of our program is the reset feature, which is kind of a neat part of our program. We talked about a few of the rules to be in the program, like the daily loss limit or your overall loss limit. So what happens if you break a rule? Well, we have a reset feature. So if you do break a rule, you want to get back into the game. You know, nobody wants to break a rule, but you know, it may happen. You know, you have a bad trading day, maybe your head's not there, you over leverage yourself, or maybe there's some sort of global news and the markets go berserk. Okay, yes, we get it, things happen. So if you do hit the daily loss limit or the maximum drawdown, you can reset your account. To get a do-over or a reset, you pay $99 at any time. $99 resets the account. You know, we don't encourage people to use it. We want you to pass the program without having to use it. But if you get into a little trouble, it's there for you. You know, obviously it's going to hurt a little bit when you use it, but hopefully you learn from it not to do it again. So if you break a rule, in order to get back into the program, you reset your account. Now, In addition to the account parameters of the trading combine, we have a few rules that you have to follow. First is that you need to trade a minimum of 5 trading days. That is the lowest data set that we need to see before you can advance. Trade at least 5 trading days. A day is considered from 5 p.m. Central Time when Globex reopens to electronic close of your product the next trading day. Anytime an order in that time period is filled, then that counts as a trading day. Now, it doesn't need to be 5 days in a row, and you can take longer than 5 days. Basically, you have as much time as you need. We're trying to separate the gamblers from the traders. If it takes 12 days or 24 days or 37 days, it doesn't matter. We don't care. As long as you follow the rules and meet the profit targets, it doesn't matter how long you take. Now, some traders ask, what if I make $3,000 in 3 days and I meet the profit target early? Well, that's great. But then you still need to trade 2 more days. It shows that you've traded 5 days. You don't need to risk a lot in the next 2 days, but you do need to trade, and then you'll have your 5 days. And we will check to make sure your profit target is still over 3,000 after the whole 5 days. And then next is, only trade during permitted times. This is also permitted products and times. In terms of products we offer products from the CME, NYMEX, COMEX, and CBOT, Chicago Board of Trade. So you can trade all these outright futures products. Again, this list is on our homepage, but we have equity indices, currency futures, ags, metals, energies, financials. Some of our most popular products are crude oil, S&P 500, gold, the euro, the Dow Jones. Now, you can't trade individual stocks, but a lot of our traders trade the Dow Jones, which is a basket of 30 stocks. And what you're looking at here are some of the most liquid products for futures contracts out there that you can trade. And if you're interested in trading Forex, we have a separate website called TopStep FX. There are 22 different currency pairs to trade, and the rules and the account parameters are very similar to the ones at TopStep Trader. Again, this is a separate website. So going back to our rules and permitted times, all positions must be flat by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. If you're in a product that closes earlier than 3:10, you have to be out of your position and be flat before the electronic close of that product. So what does that mean? Well, for meats and grains, you have to be out by 1:20 p.m. Central Time. All other products, you have to be out of your positions by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. And then you can begin trading at 5 p.m. when Globex reopens, but remember to be out of your positions by 3:10. The indice futures close at 3:15 p.m. Technically the cash closes at 3 o'clock, but we ask you to exit positions by 3:10 p.m. because we don't think the last 5 minutes is worth the risk. The market is trading on thin air at that time. There's really no rhyme or reason to the market activity. So exit your trades by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. And then next is our 2 cardinal rules that we already discussed. Don't hit the daily loss limit or the trailing max drawdown. And if you can do these 4 things and meet the profit target, then congratulations, you pass on to step 2 in our program. So you might be asking yourself, what trading platform am I using to execute these trades? Am I using your system? Am I using mine? We have partnered with some of the leading trading platforms out there, so you can use what you're comfortable with, like NinjaTrader, Sierra Chart, CTS, Trade Navigator, Multi-Charts, RTrader Pro, Volfix, Investor RT, you name it. And if there's something you don't see, let us know. We'll see if we can support it. But by all means, there should be something here for everybody. And TradeStation is coming soon. We have a way for you to link with TradeStation right now. Full integration is coming very, very soon. And if you don't have a platform or you're a new trader, you can use our free, easy-to-use platform, TS Trader. It's got great charting capabilities and order execution. Or you can use NinjaTrader, which is free to use during the trading combine as well. And if you're new to trading, this should not be so intimidating looking at these different trading platforms. There are great YouTube videos on all these platforms. We have fantastic customer support that can walk you through it. And it's really not that difficult to learn. So keeping in line with our example, the $50,000 trading combine, we followed the rules. We met the profit target, traded at least 5 days in step 1. Awesome. We are advancing to step 2, which is another real-time paid simulated account where your performance is being evaluated. Step 2 is about managing risk. We want to make sure that you're going to be a prudent trader. We tightened things up a little bit from a risk perspective, but still very achievable. So a lot of what you're doing in step 2 is what you already did in step 1. First off, there's a profit target in step 2. With our 50K account, you showed us that you could make $3,000 in step 1. Okay, we would like for you to do it again. Maybe you got really lucky in step 1, which is fine, but doing it again requires a little bit of skill. So again, in step 2, the profit target is $3,000. Now the minimum trading days is a little bit longer in step 2. We want you to show us that you have some experience trading the markets. So again, you can take as long as you need in order to reach the profit target, but you do need to trade at least 10 days. Again, only trade permitted products and permitted times, something we just went over. Do not hit or exceed your daily loss limit or the trailing max drawdown. That's going to be exactly the same as in step 1. Now we've added a weekly loss limit that you need to adhere to. That is something new in step 2. What that means is from Sunday evening from 5 p.m. Central Time when the Globex electronic markets open to Friday afternoon when the electronic markets close, you can't lose more than $1,000 for the 50K account. And the bigger accounts have weekly loss limits of $2,000 and $3,000. Now that might seem a little tight right now, but I'm going to go into a rule that explains how that is very manageable. Another new rule here, don't hold positions in a major economic releases. That is going to vary depending on the product that you're trading. And we've got a full list here that you can take a look at. Now, you don't have to memorize all these symbols over here on the right. The ES, that stands for the E-mini S&P 500. You're looking at the left side here for the economic releases like the unemployment number, FOMC announcements. And if you're trading oil or natural gas, there's some weekly numbers for oil inventory announcements, the natural gas inventories, crop production announcement numbers. Now, these numbers really move the markets very quickly, and nobody really knows what's going to happen. Obviously some analysts have their predictions, but we don't think the risk is worth trading. So we want you to be flat or have no position 1 minute prior to the release coming out, all the way until 1 minute after the release comes out. And then you can safely re-enter the markets. And we make it very easy for you to remember these and send out reminders. The unemployment number comes out once a month on the first Friday of the month. There is plenty of volatility to trade that morning. And we ask that you don't trade the 1 minute before the number comes out to the 1 minute after the number comes out. And then there is usually plenty of volatility to trade with better direction. And, there's really only a few of these numbers. And one of the things about being a good trader is realizing, when there's economic releases so that you're cognizant of things that are going on so that, you don't get this crazy whipsaw action when you're in the middle of a trade. So going back to our rules, next is the scaling plan. So as I mentioned before, the weekly loss limit should not be so intimidating. Really, that's because of the scaling plan. The scaling plan is not in step 1, it starts in step 2, and it's going to basically allow you to start trading small and then build you up to trading bigger sizes and more contracts. The scaling plan is going to match your leverage to your equity level. So on this slide right here, these are the scaling plans for the 30K and the 50K accounts. We're talking about the 50K accounts. We're looking at the bottom half of this. When you have 0 to 1,500 in profits, you're trading 2 lots. Okay, in step 2, once you make 1,500, you're trading 3 lots. Once you make 2,000, you're trading 5 lots. So what we're doing here is we're easing you into it. We used to have traders go right out, guns a-blazing, putting on 15 contracts, and they were blowing the accounts out because they were risking too much. So we want you to get small base hits, build your equity balance, build your account, be consistent, and you won't have any problem with the weekly loss limit, the daily or the max drawdown. The scaling plan really helps with that. And here you can see the scaling plans for the 100K and 150K accounts. And again, this is all on our website. So if you can follow these rules, which there are really only a couple more from what you already did in step 1, and you can hit the profit target, congratulations, you did it. You've earned a funded account. We're going to back you with our money, which is kind of what everybody wants. These rules are on the webpage, and they're also on your dashboard when you log into your account. So we make it easy for you to remember them. And now we come to the funded account where we take all the risk. I talk to a lot of traders, and the traders that I speak to say, I want to be with a firm that has the infrastructure and the platform and the support and the money and the whole complete package. And that is really what the funded account is all about. Now, there's quite a few benefits to the funded account. A few of the main ones are, first off, we have one of the industry's best profit splits. I don't know anybody else out there that pays 80-20 on a profit split for a profit firm. We pay 80% to the trader and 20% to our firm. In addition, we allow our traders to keep the first $5,000 in profits. So you're taking 100% of the first $5,000 and then 80% of anything above $5,000. That's kind of like a signing bonus. So say that you've been in the trading account, the funded account for 2 weeks, and you're up, 5,000, you want to take it out. Okay, no problem. We'll process that payment in a couple days. That first $5,000 is yours to keep. After that, it's an 80-20 split, which is a really nice compensation package. And you can make the determination for what dollar amount you want to take, whether it's $4,500 or $2,500 or $3,160. And next is that we allow you to trade additional products. You've proven to us that you can trade. We trust you here. You can trade any one of our available products in the funded account. Even if you didn't trade something during the evaluation, you have access to trade that product now. I know traders that are great at trading the S&Ps, but they never had the risk capital to trade gold and silver in the live markets. The margin requirements are a little bit higher. So they pass the evaluation trading the E-mini S&Ps, and then they trade silver and gold and the S&Ps in the funded account. And if you want to, you can also trade something that wasn't available in the evaluation, namely other exchanges. For example, we have overseas traders that like to trade the Eurex, like the DAX or the mini DAX or the Bund or the Babel or the Euro stocks. That's totally fine. We'll let you trade it. Next is that we allow you to withdraw whenever you want. We look at this as a partnership. We don't have mandatory withdrawals. We make it very easy for you to withdraw. You don't have to do it on the 1st of the month or the 15th. Nope. Just send it as an email anytime. We'll get the money to you in a couple of days. We can send a check. We can do an ACH. That's a bank-to-bank transfer. We can do PayPal. All of these are free. And we can also do a wire. And as long as your wire is over $250, then the wire is free as well. And that's kind of a huge deal for a lot of our overseas traders because overseas wires are expensive and we absorb that cost to get our traders their money. And we also have industry low commissions. We've negotiated with our brokerage partners to get you these low commissions. The lower the commissions, the more money you make. When you're in the trading combine, you pay $3.70 a round turn. That comes out of the $50,000 that's in that account. So it's $3.70 a round turn for any product. And the funded account, the fees are very similar. They vary a little bit depending on the product. But we negotiated low rates because you're trading our money, so we want the fees to be low also. And when you pass step 2, you get a congratulations email with our funded trader agreement. Once we have that information, we'll have your account created and enabled within a few days. For the funded account, we ask that you use the same platform that you used during the evaluation. So if you use NinjaTrader in the trading combine, we'd like for you to use that same platform with live money. We want you to keep doing what you are doing. Now, you've showed us that you can profit, and in our eyes, you've got rock star status. So that is it. That's the funded account. There's step 1, step 2, then you're in the funded account. You profit split with us, and you're trading real money, which is great. We have funded several thousand traders. In just the first half of 2018, we funded over 600 brand new traders. This is Mohammed. Mohammed's a real true example and testament of the worldwide reach of Top Step Trader. He hails from the UAE. And he started his funded account in March, and in just 13 days, he had a real nice start and was able to withdraw $4,000 in profits. He's one of the many traders that we have from over 160 different countries. And Mohammed trades at home during the day. And you can trade futures on our cell phone app or on your computer, anywhere that you have an internet connection. We've got a downloadable platform. We've got a web-based platform. So it's great to see individuals that are at home. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad, or you're in between jobs or consulting, or your work is seasonal, or maybe you just want to trade the markets before work or throughout the day on our cell phone app. Our program is a limited risk way to enter into the markets and get training and education and access to data and trading platforms. It's all in one package in a very simple way. Next is Jacob. He is a Ugandan construction worker, and the picture here is of him on a construction site. He's wearing that shirt there. The front says Top Step Trader, and the back of the shirt says I'm backed, which is kind of a play on words because he's backed by us. He has earned more in one trade than his entire monthly income in Uganda. That just goes to show that anybody, anywhere can earn the financial freedom to pursue their dreams. That is part of our mission statement. Anywhere with an internet connection and a will to learn, to grow, and succeed. And anybody. We have traders that are blue collar, that are white collar, that are experienced traders, that are novice traders from all different backgrounds in all different countries. And last is Mark. He is a Texas limo driver. He recently withdrew $10,000 from his funded account to take his wife and kids on a dream vacation at Disney World. That's just kind of a nice story. That 10 grand was about 25% of what he would usually make in a year as a limo driver. And these are just a few stories. If you go to our blog, topsteptrader.com/blog, there are tons of these stories with other traders that have taken out bigger amounts and some other traders that are just taking consistent profits each week, like a surgeon. When you're extracting money out of the markets each week and cashing $1,000, $1,500 checks, it's pretty exciting because you're doing something that you enjoy. And these are real people and, real stories. It just goes to show that it's possible to get to the funded account, start earning real capital and having an impact in changing your life in positive ways. And I hope to see all of you as some of these success stories in the next couple of weeks or months. We have our funded traders fill out a survey. Our funded traders have a 97% customer satisfaction rating. And we have all of our traders fill out surveys, with their permission if they'd like to, but really because, we're trying to better our program and your opinion matters. And we are looking for good traders to back with our money. And you can go on Trustpilot to read hundreds and hundreds of reviews about us. And there are other, features and benefits to being in our Trading Combine program. And we offer trader support Sunday through Friday. You can email us, you can call us, and you can send us a chat. You can contact us to liquidate your position. If you lose connectivity for whatever reason, if you can't get to our mobile app, call us up. We will flatten you out. We're not going to initiate new positions for you, but we can, take you out of all your working orders and flatten you out of your positions. You can call us Sunday from 11 to 7 Central Time and Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. Other companies refer to this as client services or customer support. We refer to this as our support as trader support because all of our traders are important to us. You think about wait time, response time, all the metrics used to measure, customer support teams. And our team rivals eBay and Amazon and some of the best customer service teams in the world. Our representatives know trading, they know the markets, they know our program, they know 13 plus trading platforms inside and out, and they know how to talk to people. We also have videos, webinars, and give you access to education and educators. We don't consider ourselves educators, but we do have videos on trading psychology, trader behavior, and such. And we've partnered with a lot of great firms like Real Life Trading that are educators, and we provide access to that education. We've got webinars going on all the time to help you improve your trading, improve your metrics, learn new strategies, learn different ways to analyze the markets, come up with trade ideas. And we also have a daily market forecast with John Hoagland, which is a 10 to 15 minute real-time live report of the major markets each day. It provides key technical analysis, support and resistance, pivot levels to help you identify entry and exit points for your trading. He'll mention economic releases, fundamental analysis, and things to look out for during the trading day. It's action-packed and interesting information in a 15-minute capsule. You get this each day around 8:15 a.m. Central Time before the markets open. And then around 2 p.m. Central Time, we have a market recap that provides a 10-minute report summing up the major markets of the day. It's got key technical levels for the next trading day. So whether you're somebody that likes to do their own homework, and want to compare what somebody else is looking at, an analyst, a specialist, or if you want to piggyback and take a look at what somebody else is basically doing, you've got access to these. We also have a weekly kickoff email that shows a brief synopsis of charting patterns for the most heavily traded products. And it's got great things on there: calendar events, future rollover dates, selected links to useful information like blog posts, weekly trader behavior, weekly coaches playbook. And it's different each week, just like the markets, it's different, each week. And as I mentioned, we have a TopStep community. So you can be involved with traders from in our network and communicate on Facebook Live and read blogs about other individuals. Or if you want, you don't have to participate. We respect your privacy. Nobody knows who you are. But if you want to learn new things or stay up to date on current events, then we have the perfect forum for you. And we also have performance coaches here at TopStep Trader. When you sign up for a trading combine, you get one free private performance coaching session with one of our coaches each month. So there's a lot of value there. You can schedule time each month to get help on charting patterns, order execution, technical and fundamental analysis. Talk to a live person who is an expert on the markets. And again, we encourage you to take a look at our website. If you have questions, you can type them now, or if you think of them later, you can email, or talk, call, chat with our trader support team. We also want to thank Jeremy and Real Life Trading. Because of them, we're going to run a special offer here. You're all going to receive an email with this recording, and you're also going to receive 20% off any trading combine. So I hope that you take advantage of that offer to save money and test out your trading skills on our platform. We're going to use a promo code here. I'm going to send this link out to everybody here on the webinar. If you're watching this recording on YouTube, take a look in the questions box right underneath the video. There's a link that you can click on. When you click on that link, 20% will come off at checkout. And we also have a 14-day demo platform, practice 14-day trial account that you can use if you just want to get the hang of trading futures. But if you've traded a little bit before, or if you're excited to test out your trading skills, use the promo code. And with I'll pull up this slide back here before, with the 50K account, it's $165. That's probably our most popular one. That with the discount, it's $132, and then the 30K account, instead of it being $150, it's $120. But feel free to call and ask questions also if you're watching this recording on YouTube. But I'm going to basically start going through and taking a look at questions, or if you have questions, go ahead, feel free to ask them.
Beautiful. Some are coming in kind of quickly. So this is, man, this is killer. So much good information. So thank you, Kevin, for that info. Two of the biggest questions I have, was that 20% off the monthly rate, or is that just a 1 month time?
You're getting that on the first month, correct. So that's on the first month when you sign up.
Gotcha. Got it. I had another trader asking the question, why do you charge professional rates for market data?
When you're in the funded account, there is, we expect our traders to basically pay for the market data fee that the Chicago Mercantile Exchange would basically charge. So the exchange basically charges $105 per month. And that's not a fee that we're basically charging. That is a fee that the exchange basically charges for that product.
Gotcha. Other question. So just to clarify, this is only for futures and only for Forex. This is not for stocks or equities, correct?
Correct. And the promo code that you're using here is for the futures trading combine. So the 20 off today, you can use that promo code, or let me send a link to the person that was asking for that.
Sure.
I'll send this to everybody. Thanks for your question, Tom. Click on that link, and then at checkout, you'll get 20% off. Let me look for other questions here.
Yeah, again, thank you. So is there an expiration to the promo code? Ronald was asking.
Currently, no.
No, okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Sam is asking, if we pass and get to the funded account, how much will our account be funded? I think I can even answer that question, Sam. So the account, you get to determine which combine you go through. So if you want to go back to that slide, Kevin, you actually get to decide and choose which one you want. So it's entirely up to you. Is that correct, Kevin? You get to pick which one you want.
That's correct. So you're making a selection right now, which trading combine that you want. Obviously, there's different parameters. There's different price point for each one, but you'd be making a choice of which one fits your style the best, and then you're in that trading combine. You can't basically change midstream from a 50K up to 150K. Theoretically, you could cancel your 50K account and start over with a 150K account, but you'd be starting back at a balance that doesn't show any profit in it, and you'd be starting out. You need to trade 5 days in step one.
Gotcha. So just so people can clarify, because I think Dave is a little bit confused with the amount that you're paying. Like, so for example, $100,000 account. If someone's paying $325 a month for that particular account, they're actually receiving $100,000 that is not theirs to trade. Is that correct?
Correct. So you got the buying power. We're basically, putting up all of the funds and the capital. We've got a master account. You're trading a sub account, and each one of these is showing you the different buying power that you've got. You've got the same parameters that you're trading in the funded account as when you were trading in the trading combine.
That's so killer, man. This almost sounds too good to be true, which is good, which is a good thing. And I think that's where a lot of the questions are coming from. Can you go back to that slide where you were showing a lot of the charting softwares? Because this is a question a lot of people had as well. So just to clarify, you're telling me that people can trade through the combine, they can use the combine, and they can use whatever charting softwares, well, not whatever charting softwares, but they can use some of these charting softwares like NinjaTrader, Motive Wave, and Sierra Charts and Trade Navigator. They can use those right now to trade through your combine?
Correct. We want you to trade with what you're comfortable with. So, we're looking for expert traders that, have been trading. If you're a multi-charts, user and you want to stay with multi-charts, and again, like I said, if you're a new trader and you don't have, a preferred trading platform, some of these are, similar. There's great videos. You can definitely, call our trader support, and it's not really that difficult to pick up. And it's kind of fun learning these because, when you start, exploring and you're like, oh, wow, there's a new tool. Hey, I just learned how to do this. It's an exciting way to get involved.
Sure. So the trading combine, again, just to clarify, is simulated account. It's not real money. It's fake money. And that's what you go through with a certain system of rules, certain set of rules. And then as you go through those, step 1 and step 2, and then you pass it, that's when you get the live cash account.
Correct. So when you're in the trading combine, you're in a real-time simulated account. This is all real data. The data stream is coming depending on which platform that you're coming from, but it's the same data that you'd be, using in the funded account.
Got it. And so is that all, other than commissions, is that all you're paying? Is that kind of like tax tag title out the door? So if you go, you sign up for the $100,000 funded account and you pass the 2, you're paying that monthly fee forever, right? It's the simulated account, the combine account, and you're paying that when you get a funded account. Is that correct?
Correct. So you're not paying the subscription cost when you're in the funded account, and when you're in the trading combine, that 370 a round turn that's coming out of the the 50,000 that's in the account. That's basically those commissions are coming out of the money that's in the account. It's not like each time that you trade, 370 is coming out of your bank account or something like that.
Wow, that's even better. So if you're trading futures or Forex, the monthly subscription That's the tax tag and title. That's out the door. That's what you're paying for the simulated account for the combine. And once you get the once you get approved, once you pass everything, then you're just trading.
Correct. And, in the
Wow.
trading combine, if you do break a rule, and you wanted to reset your account, you've got the availability to pay $99, for a reset.
Mm-hmm.
We encourage you not to use it, but, it's great there in case you do need it, in case you get into a little bit of trouble.
Killer. So these trading platforms that you're showing in front of the screen, are these applicable to also trade the funded account through, or is that also just the combine?
That's correct. You can trade any one of these for the funded account. And there's TradeStation is not on this screen, but we do have a way for you to link with TradeStation, and full integration is coming very, 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 very soon.
Okay, so if someone doesn't use one of these, so I have one trader named Stan saying, "Can we use TD Ameritrade?" That's a whole separate broker. So, because in your one of your emails, you mentioned, "Hey, fire your broker, use us," type of a situation. We're going to give you better rates, type of a play. So these particular trades, let's say they're not using one of these charting softwares. In your opinion, which one is the easiest to learn?
TS Trader is our trading platform. It is white labeled Tradeovate. It's very easy to use. It's free to use. And if you're not really that familiar with, trading platforms, you can sign up for the free 14-day, practice account and just kind of go through the mechanics, get a little bit more familiar with, implementing, trades and, test out different markets. It's really about kind of getting the feel of, of the keystrokes. You got to put in a few trades just to, just get your feet wet.
Got it. So interactive brokers, TD Ameritrade, your goal is for traders is to trade directly through their charting software, or these charting softwares, these trading platforms that are in front of you, and not have an actual execution broker like Interactive or TD Ameritrade. Is that correct?
Correct. So you're using one of these trading platforms, and there's ways for you if you wanted to basically, use the data from TD Ameritrade for your charting and use one of these platforms for order execution. There's ways for you to get, some of these platforms like TD Ameritrade, get their data for free. You'd have to, refer to them or look on the internet, because there's ways for you to basically get it. But for execution, you can use any of these platforms, and all these platforms also have, great charting capabilities as well.
Killer, man. Do you have a few more minutes? I just have a few more questions.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So Sam says, for tax purposes, will I be sent all the tax documents to file in Q1?
I'm not sure about Q1. You do receive, basically you're filling out a W-9 or a W-8 BEN as a funded trader. We'll basically send that out to you. We don't necessarily tell you how to,
Sure.
file your taxes.
Sure. No, that makes sense. But you'll send out all that, and the reporting. Do customers, traders receive reporting every single week or month for how they're doing?
So you got basically, you can take a look at your trades. You've got reports that basically you can access, and you can basically download those onto an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay. Robert Williams asks the question: if we get funded in the 50,000 account and later want to go to the 100,000, how would that work?
You wouldn't be able to basically do that, but we do have a scaling plan, in the funded account. So, if you're really, doing well in the funded account, we're not going to hold you back. We basically allow you to start trading more contracts. So it would basically be like a 100K account. But the way to basically trade more contracts is, as you're profitable in the account, we start ramping up so that, we're not holding you back. If you're doing great, we want you to continue doing great.
Yeah, totally. Kevin asked, how do we get a trial for Forex?
Currently, there's no trial for Forex account. We use MT4 for, for our trading platform for the Forex account. You can kind of take a look online to see if you have a way to basically, use MT4 just to get kind of the hang of it. But again, there's great videos and ways for you to kind of, get the implementation and get the mechanics down for trading.
Beautiful. Pull this over. I'm just copying this. I love it. Jonathan says, how much will be funded? So Jonathan, the answer to that question again is it totally is up to you. You get to pick which account you practice through. You get to pick which combine that you select and then which one you go through. Once you choose that, you pay that monthly amount and you simply practice and follow the rules and the steps. That's one of the things that aligned very well with me and very well with Top Step Trader, working with you, Kevin, and working with all those on your team. Really came down to those rules where you're having like very specific set of rules, like meaning you couldn't hold a position over an economic news release. And you're like, what news release? And you're like, hey, these news releases right here. Got to be flat. 1 minute before, 1 minute after you can start trading. But that's a rule that a lot of people will have in their plan, but they'll break, right? They'll just hold it anyway. And this is one of the situations that forces traders to actually follow a plan. And that is a huge and important proponent in their trading.
Yeah, and I see another question here from Sylvain. He asked, available in Canada. Yes, we've got traders around the world. We've got a global network of really good traders. So any country that you're basically in, you can trade in our trading combine and in our funded account.
Man, I love it. So exciting, so interesting, especially for my traders who are trading futures or they're trading Forex or they want to learn. I mean, think about it this way. If you want to learn how to trade Forex and futures and you don't want to put up a bunch of your own money, you can do it monthly. And like you mentioned, there's a lot of education that comes with this. I'll be providing, and I'll be teaching an educational class for Top Step Trader as well here in the next few days. So you'll have access to that as part of the community. You're going to get so much information and resources along with your monthly subscription. Does that come with the funded accounts as well, that those traders can get access to all that insight also?
Absolutely, and they actually get access to a risk manager. They get a private chat line. There's a lot of other benefits that all of our funded traders get. But I mean, there's a lot of access that all of our traders get because, again, we're looking for good traders, and we want traders to improve, to basically get better at trading.
Man, that is so toasty. If anyone else has any questions, let me know. I think we can give Kevin maybe 5 more minutes, which would be like a good solid tight hour. But that was a great presentation. This is something that is truly revolutionary, I feel like, massively innovative and incredibly unique. So as you already know, and most of you out there who are watching this video or watching in the recording either on YouTube, I do have a partner that is similar to this, but it is for stocks. And this is going to be for futures and Forex. This gives people an opportunity to, again, not take a large sum of money and actually start trading. The big takeaway for this, Kevin, if you want to bring up those slides with the funded accounts again, I just want to make sure you're all familiar with how easy and simplistic this process is. It is not very complicated. If you pull up which account you want, you get to pick. So you're going to say, how much money do I want Top Step Trader to give me in order to trade? And if you pick the $50,000 account, you pay a particular monthly price. It's $165. And you get a discount for the first month, right? That 20% off for the first month. Once you do that, you go through the 2 steps of getting funded. You do number 1, you pass all the rules, you pass all the regulations, you do number 2, right, without hitting your daily loss limit or your weekly loss limit. You do that, and if you pass those, then you get funded with literally someone else's money. You're given money, you're able to trade that money that's not coming out of your pocket. You've passed the test, and if you can do that within 2-3 months, you don't have to pay the subscription anymore. You receive the funding, you're able to trade. That sounds so enlighteningly easy. I'm just so pumped about it.
Yeah, and we've got traders that are able to do this in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So it's one of the things that you're able to test out your own ability to kind of see is this something that I want to do? Is this something that I want to pursue? Is this something that I'm good at or that I can get better at? It's one of those things that it really allows you to kind of amp up. And, once you start kind of trading, it really starts to get really interesting. It really starts, like, everything has flavor. You really want to know, like, hey, man, what's going on with the S&P 500? Hey, I heard that the Dow's got an all new high. Mm-hmm. Hey, I heard that, gold's going down the tubes. Something starts to really kind of simulate you, or really stimulate you to basically, get a little bit more involved.
Totally. This is a good question. I didn't think about this one, but Adam was asking, how long does the combine last? Is it as long as you need it to?
You can stay in the trading combine as long as you'd like.
Okay.
There's no time limit. So basically, while you're perfecting your strategy, or you're perfecting, your methods, or how you like to trade, or what markets, it's a great way for you to do it in a limited risk environment, because the cost of you're paying a monthly subscription cost, so you can't say that there's no cost to it. But basically, it's a limited risk way for you to get involved with the markets.
Totally. Iberto asked a good question, and I think I can answer this one as well. So Iberto says, do you need to have any experience in one of the instruments before starting? What level of experience do you need to have before starting? So kind of like the same question twice. Realistically, since this is a trading combine, if you're trading futures or Forex, the way I see it is you are getting access to trade paper money. You're trading fake money. It's not real. It's a simulated account. It's a combine that gives you a specific set of rules to trade. So the answer to the question would be, you don't technically need any experience at all, because if you're trading and you're learning how to trade, everyone who learns how to trade will be doing it with fake money. But as you're learning, you're spending a little bit of money per month, which will keep you in the game. It'll keep you interested. It'll keep you excited. As you spend that money, as you learn, as you grow over 4 to 5 months, if you're learning futures, if you're learning Forex, if you're practicing and have never traded in your entire life, at least you can do it through a charting software and a program that gives you the ability to, once you get good enough and you do pass their requirements, then you can give funds that you can trade, and they have a daily loss limit, a max loss limit, that once you hit it, like I said, okay, hey, you lost that money, but it wasn't your money to lose. So you lost it, reset, as Kevin mentioned, I think you mentioned the $99 reset, boom, reset, paper money again, try it again. So the answer to the question is, you don't need any experience to do it. There's no downside other than you are going to be learning more. And yes, there is a monthly expenditure for you, but as you're learning that entire process and procedure, at the end of it, you can get a real life, legit funded account. I think that is totally epic.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeremy. That's a great point. It's a capped risk, and there's a lot of great education that comes with this.
Yeah.
That we're providing. Just like Real Life Trading, has a webinar next week, for our audience. So we're actually very excited to hear Jeremy's presentation, and he's ramping up his futures education.
Oh yeah.
For our entire audience, which is great.
Absolutely, man. This is firing me up, and everyone else who is here. And again, for those watching the recording, thank you for sticking around for that 62 minutes so far. Any last minute questions? But while you might be fiercely quickly typing those in, just want to say, Kevin, thanks for taking your time. That email address right there and those phone numbers, who do those go to?
So if you have additional questions, or you think about something later on, we've got a support team that will, handle all this for you. You can call, the toll-free number is over to the right. Speak to a live person here in Chicago, ask about the program. And we encourage you to take a look. We've got a community, topsteptrader.com/community, or you can read our blog, topsteptrader.com/blog. Go on the internet. We don't have anything to hide. You can read all about us on, sites like Trustpilot. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews. And, just think about it, or take a look at our website, or, if you are interested, I encourage you to sign up for the trading combine. We're looking for good traders. And once again, we appreciate everybody's time for sticking around for the entire event.
Oh man, so incredible, Kevin. Thank you, everyone, for those who are here. There's also traders named Kevin who are here. Ron, Troy, Wendell. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for your time. Sylvan, Pat, Jack, Aaron, Adam, everyone from around the world. For those watching on YouTube, post any questions or comments in the comment section below. You can also email me, jeremy@reallivetrading.com, if you have questions. I'll be happy to hook you up. Kevin and I have talked, I think, once a week for the last few months now. So I'm pretty familiar with this whole procedure, pretty familiar with the process. I've been trading futures more and more over the last few weeks, and it's been an absolutely incredible journey. Just want to say thank you. Take advantage of this opportunity. Get into the futures program. Get into the combine. Learn, grow, enrich lives. We'll see you all later. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. We will see you later. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great trading day.
See you, buddy.